let me ask you a question. Do you want to make more money? You probably answered yes. Now, let me ask you a different question. Do you want to make a lot more money? If you're like me, that's probably a heck yes question. Okay, so you want to earn more. Question time again. Do you have 5 minutes every couple of days to put into earning a lot more money? 5 minutes per day. Remember, I'm just asking questions here. No commitments. But if you answered yes, then I have one more question for you. If I could offer you the chance to make a lot more money, and I'm talking in the hundreds of thousands a year here, with about 5 minutes work a day, would you jump at that opportunity? Because this is exactly what this webinar is all about. Welcome to the Mass Profit Sites Training Seminar. I'm Melford Bivens. In this short presentation, I'll show you how to make huge piles of cash in minutes a day, without any special skills, without any computer knowledge, without a huge financial or time commitment. And I'm not going to do it by hinting at some magic system or making vague references to some half-thought-out piece of junk software that doesn't do what the pitchman says it will do. I will actually show you. I will prove to you that this is a 5-minute-a-day job, and I will prove to you it can earn over $169,000 a year just by following my special 5-click formula. Once this is over, you will know exactly how my software works. There is only one thing you might call me on. You might say, "Hey Melford, you said 5 minutes, but it's actually more like 2. True enough. But until you see it, that's kind of hard to believe. So let's stick with 5 until you know how I can turn those few minutes into $169,000 a year. That's an incredible $463.34 per day, every day on average. That's how much I earn following my 5-click formula, and I'm going to share the exact way I did it. Not in the distant future or when you buy my software, but right here, right now, in this very video. Now, I'm not promising this, or even this. Anyone who promises you millions of dollars with no work is almost guaranteed to be lying, and I'm not going to lie to you. So when I talk money, there's just one figure I want you to remember. $463.34 per day. That's how much I've earned using my software. Not millions per year, not even $500,000. I doubt you could make that much, although I'd love to have you prove me wrong. But I have been earning up to $463.34 per day. Just so you know what that translates to, it's $3,243.38 a week, $14,093.26 per month, and $169,119.10 per year. It's not millions and millions of dollars, but it could help you secure your future with this, or maybe someone else's future, like this. In other words, it's simply a legitimate and attainable business that anybody can do. How did I come up with $463.34? Simple. It's an average of what I was able to earn by following my simple 5-click formula. Sometimes more, up to $1,100 per day. Sometimes less, only $100 or $200 a day. I'm not an expert or a whiz kid. I'm just a regular guy. And the reason I can do this is very simple. A lot of people know what to sell on the internet. A lot of people know how to sell on the internet. But very, very few people, only the lucky guys at the top of the pyramid, know precisely when to sell on the internet. My software, which you'll see working in a moment, almost completely automates the process. It decides what to sell and how to sell it based on what is selling best on the internet at the very second you click your mouse. Then, with no input from you besides one more click of the mouse, it publishes a professional quality website selling that product immediately. In other words, you literally leap straight into the market, selling the best-selling product on the internet, without having to do research, without any programming skills, without waiting for the big boys to soak up all the profits. It's one of the most incredible leaps forward in the history of selling on the internet, and it relies on nothing more than a simple 5-click formula that anybody can do in just a couple minutes. Now, I should make some things clear so that you know what to expect. In order to make this work, you don't need to create a product. You don't have to do any marketing. You don't have to do any customer service. You don't have to deal with payments or refunds. You don't have to worry about shipping or web maintenance, spreadsheets, or even hiring employees. You just use my 5-click formula. And that's literally all there is to your new business. Once you click 5 times, you will have a live revenue-generating website that is selling the top products on the internet. You'll have it in just a couple minutes, and you'll get to keep it for as long as that product is on sale. It's the fastest, easiest, most revolutionary way to make money on the internet since Google figured out advertising. And in a few minutes, I'm going to show you precisely how it's done. In fact, I'm going to demo the entire process from start to finish. No teasers and no hints. The actual full program. It will take about 3 or 4 minutes, and you'll even be able to see the resulting website live on the internet. Remember, you don't have to figure out what to sell. You don't have to figure out how much to sell it for. You don't even have to figure out who to sell it to. Everything from selecting the best-selling products to publishing a business-class website is done for you. So let me recap for a moment. The number that I stand by, that I have earned personally, is $463.34 per day on average. That's about $169,000 a year. Let me also remind you that these numbers are completely real. And there are other ordinary people in this market with no special skills earning that kind of money right now. And the last thing I want to say before I demo this software for you is that what you're about to see is the entire process, start to finish. No hidden gaps, no tricks or gimmicks. I'm not even speeding up the video because I don't have to. So please, watch carefully.